Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to another week of the Genshin Impact live stream. Hola Diablo! Congrats to hitting AR 60. Have you actually bought your new computer yet? What does that mean, Bomb dear? Previously, you asked me about the computer. Did you manage to buy all the necessary hardwares already, Diablo? Good evening to you, Angel. Good to see you here again. Right, we are actually... How many days more? Let me see. We are about 4 days, 17 hours away from the patch 2.8. Are you guys excited and looking forward to the patch 2.8, or your heart is already set to the release of 3.0 actually? Okay, wait.
Yes.
Okay, why is the crystal fly flying away? I believe that most of you in the live stream should have already seen the upcoming contents, along probably with the Diluc and Fischl's new skin. So previously, I think a few days back, I actually asked a question to the community via my the YouTube poll. So to get a sensing of who is actually interested in buying the Diluc skin, the result was, I believe, about 16% of the responses actually mentioned yes, they will be buying, and the rest of the about 80+% of the responses are actually a flat no, they are not interested in getting. Pretty interesting. But of course, I wouldn't say that that is not unexpected, because the skin is not going to be cheap at all. You don't really understand what I asked. Have you buy your 750 GTX 750 Ti? I took a 2-week break from Genshin and just started playing again. Oh, makes sense, makes sense. Taking a break from the game from time to time is always a good thing, because I believe that most of us know that there will be periods where you will find it quite dry. So no harm taking a break. There are a few viewers that I know of have already taken breaks now and then. Then after that, when the new content is going to be released, they join back in to experience what the game has to offer. Hello, ciao bro. Oh, nice, you are here. Because I understand that you are usually busy, having a very busy schedule. So having you popping by is a nice thing as well. I was having a holiday week with my family, so I didn't join last week. No worries, man. Family and personal life comes first. And it's a well-deserved break for you, I suppose, since you have always been telling me that you are pretty busy. So did you went for a holiday overseas or just staying around at your home area? I believe that you are living in Vietnam, correct? So right now we are near the end of 2.7, and in my live stream you are still seeing me farming this Momiji domain, which is kind of unfortunate that I still didn't manage to get the sufficient amount of artifacts coming out from this domain. Die. And of course, the best part is in the 2.8 live stream, we are aware that Kazuha is finally getting a rerun. So for those who did not actually manage to get him, it's the best time for you to go for it. And for those who actually already has him at C0, if you have the additional resources, then you might want to consider the sweet spot, which is at C2, that gives the 200 elemental mastery. Taking a break made me more excited for the next update. Likewise, believe that we saw the GAA, the Golden Apple Archipelago, is to be released, and there is some slight modification here and there as well. So which is pretty interesting. I personally will want to re-explore and embrace their music as well. Personally think that the music there, the feeling of like being at the beach side, is definitely a very good experience to play Genshin. That was what 1.6 was it, where we were actually sailing around the GAA. The scene and landscape is quite breathtaking. My Yelan is 100k skill. Wow, nice. Hey, hello Eddie Jr. Good evening to you. Earlier on, I was actually talking about the release of 2.8 and also for the release of the official and the deluxe skin. So we know that official skin is free. It will be given away through the event. I believe it's similar to last year's the GAA event where we get the Barbara and as well as Jin skin, where you need to actually make a purchase for the Jin skin. So for this time round, deluxe skin is not going to be cheap because there are some visual effect changes here and there. For the skin is going to be more costly, more expensive. So every one of you who are in this live stream right now, are you guys going to buy the deluxe skin? Hey yo bro, approved DTX, just dropping by. Congrats on the getting 6k sub. Thanks bro, took me quite a while, but finally we have crossed the 6k subs. I suppose that the amount of veteran Genshin players living the game is pretty significant, because I can see that the amount of views from my video has also significantly dropped. That means that probably there are a lot of players no longer playing the game as frequently, or probably they are taking a break. So we have a lot of new players coming into the game as well. It's too expensive, so I'm considering buying it. It looks good in the skin though. There are of course a lot of mixed reviews here and there from different players who are thinking whether the skin looks good or looks not, but for me it's something refreshing, and I've always emphasized on I like something new. Just that the skin is going to cost you quite a bit, and I've also seen some of the interesting comments which is talking about, whoa, buying this deluxe skin, right, is even more expensive than their own clothing. They don't even spend that much on their own clothing as well, which actually it's quite intriguing. It's quite funny that the comments actually keep went this way. I've also heard and also received some questions that they are actually asking, okay, should I be pulling Kazuha since 3.0 is near the corner? Will there be any changes, like will he be nerfed to the ground or completely unusable, just like similar like, you know, what happened to Venti? Personally, I don't think that will ever happen again, because the sorry, why did I click Spiral Beast? Because the thing is that we know that Kazuha brings a lot of value to enables many different comps. So basically it means that he is very versatile and he can support into many types of existing effective comps. So whether he works with Dendro or he does not, we wouldn't know at the moment because it is not out yet. But we already know that those comps that they are very effective, he can fit into so many, whether is it pyro related or whether is it electro related. So he will still be able to find his place and his users there. So to answer those players' question, whether should you be doing him, my answer will be definitely a yes. You should be going for him as long as you can afford it. How long will he be his next rerun again? Of course, I wouldn't know. This one, I'm not a developer. I wouldn't know how are they going to plan the rerun. But if you have the resources to get him, please go ahead, man. It's a good chance to actually have him come home. Hello, Uncle Ion. Hey, hello, Ice Bear. Not yet, Uncle. Kazuha is a sucrose only male. There are definitely opinions on this that he is a male sucrose. In fact, this opinion I've been already getting it since day one when I first made Kazuha's video. That some of the players were persistent that they just feel that this is no different from sucrose. Basically, the things that he does is similar to sucrose. That were some of the views and comments I have actually gotten during Kazuha's release when I showcase him on my channel. So I wouldn't disagree with that, which is fundamentally in terms of paper stats wise, we see on paper they are both animal support. They are able to make use of the very decent Venera set effectively. But the thing is, for Kazuha, what is not reflected on paper is the mechanics. And mechanics isn't something that can be shown on paper unless you try him out yourself. One of the greatest catch in terms of using him is that he pulls the enemy based on where he is. To me, this mechanics alone is enough for me to highly recommend him for a pull. And also additionally, we know that the amount of elemental damage he provides when he swirls, that is equivalent to almost another additional goblet, which is very valuable as well. And he can sow multiple instances of different element types. Just kidding, good evening. Who is excited for Kazuha? I found it very easy in this 2-2 abyss. Everyone is doing it. Where are the difficult abyss? I think that the abyss, right, if you want it to be difficult, you probably need to wait until 3.0. Probably 3.0 might not still be difficult yet, because in some of the videos that I've saw before, there is a trend that it will gradually ramp up, just like what but of course this one we still have limited data. So probably as 3.0 going to 3.1, 3.2, then 3.3, etc, etc, then eventually it will start getting more and more difficult once again. I believe that a few patches back, we have experienced that the bosses actually have a humongous amount of health. If you guys can remember, I think it was about 3 patches ago, the bosses really have a shitload of health. Then, a lot of players were not able to complete it on time. Then that is where the challenge actually begins. Then eventually, as we can see that as it gets closer and closer to 3.0, the mobs health and the mobs line up are more lenient, which is if the second half is going to be a single target boss with a large amount of health, they purposely put in some very small mobs, those single size small mobs, to make it more reasonable. Like for example, like if you are going to get a PMA, then this stage is probably not going to take you too long to fight, because the remaining time you can use it to fight the perpetual mechanical array. Similar to this one is still I wouldn't say it's extremely easy, but that is why probably the Magyu Kenki, if I recall, doesn't have that much health as well. It's not paper, of course, it's definitely not paper, but I do recall at some point of time fighting the Magyu Kenki, he was way much more tankier than he is. That I can be pretty sure. He seems to have slightly lesser health right now. Hey, Solomon, my man, you are the man. Okay, anyway, since you guys are here, I also want to take this chance to share with you guys that because we are closing on to probably, I believe that probably in 1 week, about 1 week's time, we will be getting the 2.8 patch. And since I have also hit the 6k subs, or I will actually do some giveaways of the Welkins to everyone in the not to everyone, but it's more of like a lucky draw. Let's set it as probably 3 Welkins for those who are interested to participate. I will provide more details in the community post of my channel. So for those who are interested to participate, you can definitely join in. Then in the next week's live stream, hopefully hopefully 2.8 has been released already. Then we can do some quick lucky draw together. Then let's see how it works first, but I want to do some giveaways for the community soon. That is what I have actually planned for. So how is it going to work out? It's probably for those who are interested, you can actually just comment in the post, leave your UID as well as your server. Then after that, if you are being selected as a winner, then I will actually purchase the Welkin Pass, then top up to the account directly. So that is how it's going to work. Because for myself, when I purchase Primo Gems, all these, right, the crystals, I do it through Razer Pay. So it allows me, I think it's similar, the concept should be similar to like Koda Shop or something, where you can actually enter someone's UID, select their server, then you make a purchase directly. So there's no account security risk that I need to log into this account here and there, all this. I can just make a purchase directly. So this is just a small gesture to say thanks to everybody who has been supporting my channel, and also my little way of giving back to the community as well. Hope you guys like it as well. Such a generous man. I thank you guys so much, but I previously in a few past live streams, I have already been saying that I really want to do a giveaway, but I have no idea how should it be. So I believe that through the community posts, where those who are interested to participate and leaving down just their UID and server, right, then I can have a list of those who want to participate. Yeah, so that is how it's going to work tentatively. I will update the more details in the next 1 or 2 days, so that for the players who are participating, they will be more equipped during the 2.8's release, and hopefully the Welkin might be able to help them to get Kazuha or Yomiya home or Heizo. So so this aside, you guys should have also seen the showcase of Heizo. Shinkanuin Heizo, is it? That's the name. We saw that he is actually a fighter, a catalyst fighter to be exact. So I like it. I really like it a lot. It's awesome because I don't think we have like a fighter type of character in the game so far, right? And it's pretty interesting that he is actually a catalyst user, but he actually fights near range, which is something very refreshing to me. So when I first saw it, then I was like, wow. You know, we cannot always openly discuss about this before the official announcement, but since it has been announced, then we can openly talk about it. So I was very impressed by that actually, and I can say that I'm looking forward to have him come home. But whether can I C6 or not, this will be questionable, because you know, 4-star is not as easy to get as what it seems. It's even more luck dependent. If it doesn't come home, it can actually cost you even more than trying to pull a 5-star constellation. Maybe one Welkin pass giveaway and one better pass giveaway. I need to check if I can purchase better pass for the player or not. If it can, then I can consider changing it to one Welkin and also one better pass, because I know for sure that the Razor Pay that I saw, you can purchase Welkin for the player or purchase Primo Gems. So hopefully, perhaps in future, if the channel grows bigger, probably let's say new milestone, we are at 10k subs, then probably we can do even more or bigger giveaways as a form of thanks back to the community. So we need to actually check it out if I'm able to purchase Better Pass, because Better Pass is actually one of the, it's very useful, especially for, I believe, for everyone who is continuously playing the game. It is something that you will like it, because it provides you the resources and also those fates here and there. You deserve 10k subs. I definitely, I mean, whoever that is doing the content will definitely welcome 10k subs, or the more the merrier. It's just that we know that usually the channels that will grow bigger are those that make very useful and helpful guides, because that is what helps the general community the most, or provide those pre-analysis in whether it's meta perspective or non-meta perspective, because all this will provide viewers or the fellow travelers a more informed decision whether is the character worth your Primo Gems or not. So for research related channels, usually they are the ones that are growing strong and growing steadily. For me, I personally would like to think as myself as a player who just mess around and want to share my gameplay videos and some of just my own perspective. I cannot say that I'm a guide maker or something. I'm quite far from that actually as well. But the fact that you guys have been supporting me for so long, as far as I can tell, it's really been very long already. So that is why it actually brings a tear to my eye, you know. It's actually very heartening to have you people around who has been showing me the love and support as well. So I honestly and hope that during the giveaway, right, if you guys can win, because it is basically based on UID. I wouldn't know whose UID is it. So it's definitely random, to be very fair. Oh, what is this, man? What kind of spam? How should I delete this kind of thing? Let me block. Block it. What the hell is this, man? Delete Tinder. Oh my god, what is this, man? Oh, the guys only come because of draw, not for content. Oh, another thing that I know you guys have been always saying is that please stream your pools. Because for myself, so far I haven't done any pools on live stream. You guys should be aware of that. So to be very honest, I really want to hear from many of you, which is pools during live stream interesting concept for you guys to actually watch. Who is using Tinder? Haha, lol. I think I've long moved on from Tinder already. It has been years since I have that app on my phone, man. Super long ago. When I buy the PC pass, I'll be a member and super chat again. Yeah, but Diablo, make sure you buy the PC pass, man. That day I spent so much time talking to you about the PC pass. Better get it settled, man. Don't wait already. Remember to buy one piece of the RAM, okay? One piece 8 GB, not 4 GB, okay? So before I start this run, any one of you over here, are you all pulling for Yomiya? This is her first rerun. I know Kazuha is the obvious choice for most of the players because the value he brings, but I would like to see if anyone might be actually considering to pull her or even get her constellations. Hello, Kenny. Hello, Kenny. Good to have you here. Because there is one thing about I shared with one of the viewers who actually talked to me about Yomiya is that we have not seen high mobility mobs, those flying or very agile mobs, except for the rare appearance of specters appearing in the Abyss domain. So there has not been a real condition or a real condition should be the best way to put it, to showcase Yomiya's strength. Because if all the enemies are on the ground, for most of the cases, for those who didn't pull for Yomiya, might not be able to see the need to actually have her, since you can really settle the mobs with what you have. So there is no need to waste your primo gems to get her. But however, we wouldn't know in the future whether will they be actually putting Thunder Manifestation into the Spiral Abyss. If they do, then probably that's the point. If you have her, she will greatly help. But of course, alternatively, if you have Yelan, then of course that's a different story. Yelan is also an archer. Hey, sup, backward. Been real long since you dropped by. Welcome back, man. When I get Yomiya, I'll use it with Visual and Xingqiu. Other I still don't know. It'll be 3 characters Abyss. Diablo, if you want difficult challenge, right, you can wait for a few more patches. I believe that it will definitely get harder and harder once again. So meanwhile, while chatting with every one of you, let's just play some random Abyss. If you actually have Rust, right? Rust is actually a very good weapon for Yomiya as well. You can actually save the cost on doing a Thundering Pulse if it is not within your budget. I do remember that in my friend list, who was it again? There is a player who actually likes Yoimiya a lot and actually says that he is a Yoimiya main as well. But one thing is for sure. I remember before Inazuma's release, you know, the drip marketing by MiHoYo, they actually released the design of Yoimiya. Then that's where the community were pretty hyped that, whoa, this girl looks real cute, real awesome, I'm going to have her come home. Then unfortunately when she's released, then players actually had a look at her power level, then it felt a bit lackluster at that point of time. Then they actually didn't went to pull for her. Wait, did I actually change my Xingqiu's helmet? I hope I did. Might skip her again. I'm so hyped for Sumeru characters. Yes, that is the other thing that I have actually pointed out, which is I have no idea why Yoimiya's banner is always placed at the critical moments. If you guys can remember, if my memory serves me right as well, when her banner first released, it was Ayaka, Yoimiya, followed by Raiden Shogun. So there are a lot of players who joined the game. In fact, one of my best friends who started playing Genshin is purely because of Kamisato Ayaka. So that naturally he will want Ayaka to come home. And you know, Cryo is a very powerful element, even up to this point as we speak. So players will be spending Primo Gems trying to pull for her. Then usually the second half of the patch, you wouldn't have a lot of Primo Gems left unless you are a big spender. Then the next one coming up is Raiden Shogun, which is an Archon. So the expectations are high. So she definitely will take a hit in terms of sales. So it appears that, oh, she's not doing very well as well. Then this time round, it's even, I would say it's even worse because her banner is after Kazuha. Kazuha being a very popular character right now, then players will actually want to get Kazuha for those who actually miss out, because they already miss out 1 year worth of fun already for those who did not manage to pull. Then what is next? The next one is Sumeru. Oh, then I have no idea if you are going to pull for Yoimiya, because you know people will be looking forward to see how the Sumeru characters are. They definitely want to pull for the new Sumeru characters. I think they haven't do the drip marketing yet, right? So we so-called don't know so-called don't know who are the ones that will be released. You know, it's pretty difficult. Oh, hey Zell, thanks for joining the Knights of Favonius. I appreciate it, man. But although we are okay, I thank you so much, man. Thanks for joining. So anyway, let's move on to what earlier on I was actually saying, which is Sumeru, because it's something new. Then people will naturally want to have them come home, all this. Yeah, I really cannot foresee how many people will be wanting to spend the extra Primo Gems on them. Why is he so evasive today, man? Hey, hello. Thanks for joining the Knights of Favonius. I appreciate it, Zell. Almost 2 years of quality content. Yep, I know that you have been supporting my channel, so I would like to express my thanks. Really, really appreciate. So I'm actually waiting for the drip marketing for the new Sumeru characters, so that we can actually talk more about their designs here and there. But I believe that if you are still pretty enthusiastic about the game itself, you should have roughly know what is actually out there already, right? I believe. Ouch. Oh no, he cannot take damage already. Who are you? Who are you? Is he going to die already? Oh, he is. Hey, wait, what is this? What is this damn thing again, man? Let me block. What is this? Harassment? Ah, pornography or sexually explicit material. What the hell is this, man? Let me block. Why is this actually happening to the live chat, man? Previously this didn't even happen. Let me see. Earlier on I already blocked them once already. The Apple Archipelago is back. Earlier on I was saying what? 4 days and 17 hours. 4 days 17 hours more. So let me check. If 4 days 17 hours more, probably we are getting the patch on next week about Wednesday. Correct, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because I'm not having a calendar with me right now. So it should be, because usually based on experience their patch is usually on a Wednesday, except for the 2.7 which I previously mentioned. But it's good. But it's good for me. Good for me in the sense that there is finally some beach side exploration that I can do, because for most of the part we have been exploring mountains, grasslands here and there. Have you guys been picking up this Onikabuto? This bug thing? You guys should know that a certain upcoming character requires this bug as a ascension material, and it's not really very easy to gather them. As far as I'm concerned, it's quite a hassle trying to gather these materials, man. The amount of time trying to, because you guys know that I make contents for every character. So every character that is released right before that, I will be getting the resources, because since recently I didn't have a lot of time to play the game itself. Then right now I'm also gathering the resources while chatting with all of you over here, man. Oh wait, I'm out of stamina already. So you guys can also take the opportunity to have a look at usually where do I go to pick up all these bugs. Drink water. Yeah. Where is my water, man? Okay. I'll drink some water right now. My throat is dry already. Thanks for the reminder, man. Usually you will notice that this kind of color of trees, right? I don't know what is the shade of this tree called. Do you call it blue? I don't know, man. But this kind of tree usually they will have all these bugs with them. Not all lah, but some of them. So I will try to walk around and see if there are any. I think this one haven't spawned yet because I picked them up yesterday. They take about 48 hours to spawn. I'm well prepared for Hazel. What do you think Inazuma R5 bow? Inazuma R5 bow. What are the Inazuma? Hamayumi? No, I think Rust is still the best option, but craftable bows. I don't really have a good idea of craftable bows though. Because Rust, I believe that if you are a veteran player, it's most likely you should have at least one copy of that weapon already. There is a good chance. I'm not saying that of course you have, because I know that some players who have played so long, right, they don't even have what C6 Xingqiu as well. So this kind of thing I cannot assume for everybody as well. Yo, Ion. Yo, Pro. Hi, Ion. What do you think of the current state of Genshin? Current state of Genshin, my opinion, is getting more and more interesting. Why would I say that? Is because we know that the 3.0 is actually coming, and how will the new reaction actually affects the gameplay experience is something that I personally look forward to, and as well as the main storyline development, because we know that in the teaser itself we can actually see that the Dendro Archon was actually whispering to us. So that is a pretty interesting power, I must mention. So the state of Genshin, of course, I will say that if they continue in their state of this, right, how should I put it to you, which is how they continue to run this game, right, they are likely going to get more new players, but of course the players who have supported the game for a while, right, will eventually feel burnout, you see. It's the truth, because based on what I know, that there are quite a number of players that I know of spends basically less than 20 minutes in the game every day compared to the past, because there is nothing for them to do as well. Can't be playing the Spiral Abyss, all this. So probably they might need to think of something more engaging for the players who have supported this game long enough to actually retain the players. But to be very honest, if we talk about commercial perspective, right, new players are likely to spend money in the game as well, because probably you bring in more players, the higher the probability one out of these 100 players is going to be a whale. So it's best for them to attract more new players. For veteran players, they might not be spending that much anymore, because basically they already have almost everything already. Unfortunately, I got my PT reset by a Spook Ito. Yo, J the PJ. I'll get 5 Yomiya in 10 pulls. I will be waiting for that news, man. 5 Yomiya, wow. Do you take interest of upcoming new game called Wuthering Waves? I did recall that I saw one of the Chinese game. That is not Tower of Fantasy. One of the Chinese game, I don't know what is the name, but I saw the gameplay. It looks really very similar to Genshin Impact. But although the game needs a lot of refinement still, because the expression and the movement of the characters still feels a bit unnatural. Then, but of course, it's still a new game. There's still a lot of room for improvement. For me, if you ask me, I definitely will hope that similar series of games will come out. Then probably give the Genshin Impact some form of competition. Because having competition wise, right, is always a good thing. Then the developers might want to work harder in terms of for the player retention. Then we as the players will definitely be the ones that will have the advantage, meaning some things to gain. Like for example, if they want to give out more rewards, or even let's say someday if they decide, I don't know, this probably has a 0.01% chance only that they want to give out a 5-star standard banner character of your choice. Who knows? But right now we do not see any straightforward competition, hardcore competition against Genshin. No, Genshin is just in a league of its own. If you are the developer today, or you are the company, then you will be just sitting at there, business as usual. There's no need for me. If you want to play, you play. I don't want to play, then just get out. This kind of stance, I wouldn't know. But as far as I see the state of the game, there is nothing negative to talk about the storyline for me. The gameplay, graphics are good, characters design very nice. They have their storylines, good and bad is depending on perspective. Then the gameplay experience, overall I would say is still pretty good. But one thing is about player benefits, little to almost nothing. The battle pass, for example, the weapons are, well, I've been playing this game for almost 2 years. The battle pass weapon is still the same. So me as a player, we will want to see them doing more, because the events are just like this only. So as far as I'm concerned, that is why I'm hoping for some form of competition. They really need to add more endgame recurring content. Just letting my racing cap, I'm so bored at AR59 actually. It would be cool if Genshin adds something like a leaderboard things, not PvP things, right? Most of my friends already sold their accounts. I don't have anyone to play with anymore. Good morning, Ion. Hey, good morning, DiCaprio. The leaderboard wise, I'm not too sure if I really want it, because I'll be very honest with every one of you. I'm a competitive person by nature. So regardless if I'm fighting the player or not, as long as I see a leaderboard, I will feel the pressure to overtake a score. Maybe it does not apply to you guys, but let's put it this way, that it will affect a lot of other players mentally as well. Whether because let's say it's just a score attack or a time attack, right? Then you will see that some players who are more hardcore all this, right? Then they will keep pushing and pushing, right? Then for some who feel that they are lose out, let's say if it's not balanced in a way, because you know that whales with high constellations are likely going to get way better results unless they balance it. Like, I don't know how they're going to balance it, but if they don't balance it, then whales finishing the, for example, Spiral Abyss in 3 minutes. Then free-to-play players finishing in, let's say, a very skilled free-to-play player managed to find a method to finish in 4 minutes. Will you say that that is a very fair experience? No, right? So you get the gist of, for me, I'm not really open to the idea of the PvP. To me, this is just a game for me to enjoy and slack around. If I want PvP, I will just go back to Honkai. That's at least in my opinion. Because Honkai is competitive. There is a leaderboard. If you lose, you drop rank. Something along that line. So Genshin to me is just a sanctuary where I come in and play, mess around. Then going to Ice Bear's point, right? I absolutely empathize with what you have just said, because just yesterday, when I met up with my good friend over dinner, I was just telling him about playing game alone. Feels kind of bad, you know. Bad, not bad in the sense, not because of lonely or loner. Don't get me wrong. It's more of like where you have something exciting to discuss or something exciting to share. There's no one you can relate to or no one who can understand. Like for example, today you spend 1,600 Primo Gems. You pull 3 Kazuhas come out. You'll be screaming with joy, jumping around. Just imagine this, you pull, then you see the golden thing appear. Then you, yes, Kazuha. Press again, another Kazuha come out. Press again, another Kazuha come out. You'll be over the moon. Then after that, after all your joy, then there's no way you can share though. If I were to tell friend A, they would be like, oh, wow, come I clap for you. Like, they don't even understand what is the big deal about this. Or another instance, which is probably you receive some leaks info, which is very exciting. Like for example, we talk about Sumeru. Oh, exciting. You are personally very looking forward to it, but you are playing the game yourself. There's nobody to talk to. So I understand this. I absolutely understand this, because that was exactly the topic I was telling my friend yesterday. I have friends who are playing Genshin with me, but I'm actually referring to some other games that I play, where having friends of the same frequency that and the same level of enthusiasm with you playing a game is always much more fun. Whether you guys are doing well in the game or not, that is another thing. That is just my 5 cents worth, but I just wanted to make sure that I deliver my point, that I really absolutely understand that playing, not having friends in the game itself, whether is it a real life friend or not, that is not important. It's more of like someone who can communicate with you on the same frequency. Sometimes real life friends might not be able to communicate as well as your online friend, you know. So this is how things work. Okay, let me see. The bad thing when something new is released rush in 1 day, I finish everything, I have nothing to do. Yeah, I thought of buying the battle pass this season, but then I thought to myself, I have no current use for the BP weapons. Leaderboard, for what though? There's barely anything to do outside of Spiral Abyss. I know that feeling. There's a leaderboard in Genshin, would be fun. Well, I'm AR59, almost reached level 60 and free to play. I'm really bored. I still want to play Genshin because it's really nice to play. Yeah, I don't know what to do. Currently, I'm farming purple books. So hard being a girl gamer at my age. I win is pay to win spends gem with racing. Okay, earlier on I was Solomon, and also for backward, as well as you guys who just joined in the stream. Earlier on I was sharing with some of the viewers that I'll be doing, because next week we will be seeing Sumeru's release. So why am I keep saying Sumeru? 2.8's release, not Sumeru, okay? 2.8's release, and also along with Kazuha's rerun and Hazel in the banner. I'll be doing a giveaway of less tentative set at 3 Welkin Welkins first. 3 Welkin. So the concept of the participation is I will do a community post via my YouTube channel. Those who are interested to participate can just leave down their UID and also their server. Then I will pick at random 3 winners. Then I will actually purchase the Welkin and give it to the player. So I would like to say that this is my form of way of saying thanks, because just nice 2.8 is releasing. I have also managed to hit 6k subs. This can never happen without the support of every one of you here. This is not an achievement by myself, it's everything with your support. So I would like to take the good opportunity to express my thanks to every one of you, and also do this small giveaway. Then also at the same time, Angel has actually pointed out that one battle pass might also be encouraging as a form of giveaway. So I will need to check if the mode of purchase that I'm using whether does it have a better pass or not. If there is, then I might actually change some of the items to be giveaway. So stay tuned to my community post. If you are interested, feel free to just participate inside. What do you think of Kole? Kole, am I supposed to discuss about her? Okay, so for her, actually, I be honest with you, right? I find her design, right, when I first look at the picture, right, it looks very different from the manga version that I've last seen. Because you guys know that in the manga she was, I didn't fully read the manga, but roughly some of you might have known that she is friends with Amber or this. Then you have seen the manga design of how Kole looks like. So when the art of the Kole was released, yeah, I was quite surprised that, oh, she looks so different, she's grown up now. Then the next thing that came into my mind is, she looks a bit like Ganyu to me, you know. Of course, the facial expression is different, but if I were to use my imagination and recolor her hair to Ganyu's color, then you know her body, you know because when they design more, there's those kind of player models, right? They have standard templates or this, so they are using a fixed template. So her body template is probably similar to Ganyu's one. So, and she's also an archer for Kole. So that was what actually came into my mind, the first thing. But her skills, all this, what she actually does, all this, I don't know. I have no idea. So I personally, like I mentioned many times, I'm looking forward, because you guys already have mentioned in the chat itself there is nothing much to do. Then I'm hoping that Dendro will give me something to look forward to or something to experience with. If there are any loopholes or whatever, all this, I will definitely be more than happy to try to explore it as well. But most likely, it's not that easy to find some loopholes here and there. And I'm personally not extremely optimistic as well in terms of how powerful the Dendro is. But this is just my own opinion. Don't take my word for it. Because if today I'm the developer, I design Dendro, the reaction, all this, I will not want to make it. Let's say today I have a graph of 0 to 100, 100 being the most broken and 0 being the most shit like ever. I'll probably give it around probably 30 to 50% of what is the intended full effect first, to see how it will affect the gameplay, and also together see what are the fellow communities' reaction. If they are okay with it, then I'll just business as usual, don't do anything about it. If they felt that it sucked, then that is where I can slowly adjust upward for some changes here and there. So at least that is my concept of how I will release the Dendro. I don't expect it to be right upfront broken. But like I say, this is just my own expectation. I'm not a developer, so I wouldn't know. Because if it's straight right upfront broken as shit, right, then it's very hard to nerf it, you see. There's no backup plan. Wow, Kole looks so cool, huh? The giveaway is gonna be awesome, very generous of you. I mean, I can see why she reminds you of Ganyu, LOL. I will definitely pull for that Dendro husbando. Oh, what's the name again? Alhaitham. He looks fit though. I don't know if there is any MiHoYo staff listening to this or they are going to watch the video later. But oh my god, the design is great lah. Those arms. Then I will start asking myself. Then I thought Ito was supposed to be the fit guy, but how come now our Hytham seems to be those athletically very fit guy? You see. This does not drop any good. I want to see flop. This domain suck balls, man. And when I know that 3.0 is going to come out, sometimes I have some anxiety, you know, because I need to farm a new domain again. Then I don't know how many shit farming sessions I need to go through. I don't know if it's the same for every one of you over here, but the to me releasing of a new domain is not necessarily always a good news, because this dendro, I don't know, this dendro domain, I don't know what are their artifacts going to be. You need to assume that I don't know. Since we are on live stream, I cannot just openly talk about every single thing. But one thing is for sure is we need to go and farm that domain again. Like the whole farming process starts again. It's not like there is a light at the end of the tunnel, you see. Like for example, if I pick up those kind of materials like what Onikabuto, I know that the ending line ends at 168. I just know that I need to persevere for a few more days. I'll get what I want. But domain, you guys have seen me on every single Thursday talking to you guys, and the background is always same. It's always this. I'm always farming this domain. Because why? Because nothing good comes out. Then it's never ending, you know. Sometimes it gets mentally exhausting to be doing the same thing over and over again. Then energy recharge, no critical stats again. Okay. Yeah. So yeah. Next, are there any surveys right now? I don't think so. Right. I definitely will need to share my opinion with them to do something about the artifacts. It's a thing that keep us going for sure, because it's like I would say that it's like a lottery system. If you are really very good, your luck is damn good. Like previously, one of the free-to-play viewers who asked me to review his artifact, then it is a fun experience for you, because if your luck is good, then everything definitely feels good. But if your luck is bad, then it might make you feel less motivated to play though. Do you often use strongbox? No, I don't use strongbox at the moment. I believe that you guys should know why am I not using the strongbox for now. I'm storing up the golden artifacts for now. Those for future users. Let's just put it this way. The sadness when something good drops and it goes bad. Oh, so you guys like to see bad things happen to me, ah? Not good. I haven't seen much of him, honestly. Having to farm for new artifacts is the reason I'm not excited for Dendro. Artifact farming, literally the worst thing about this game. Is your Ito C6 now? Yes, Ito is C6 already, but I didn't pull for the weapon. So usually you will hear for most of the time it's C6 R5, but my Ito is C6 R1. I just cannot stand the fact that if the thing goes wrong and I get another memory of dust, because my memory of dust is already refinement 4 already. No thanks, but no thanks. I really don't want any refinements for that, at least for now. Until in future, if I see that there are users, then my opinion might change. Similar to previously, before Raiden Shogun's release, right, the general perspective of the Skyward Spine isn't well received. But after Raiden's release already, we can see that there are more users of the Skyward Spine as a viable alternative to the Engulfing Lightning. Of course, not the best, but this kind of thing we can never say for sure. But at this very moment, I really don't like Memory of Dust, although it looks nice. Yeah. Yeah, it's literally the worst thing in the game. If you know, it's like after farming for months, you finally get one good piece. Then it might slightly alleviate you from all the pain that the pain is worth it. But when I think back again, then I'll be like, I went through really quite a lot though to get that piece. So yeah, it was. That's I don't even know what word should I be putting it, but that's probably the most revolting experience that I have for the Genshin Impact. Yeah. Oh wait, what is my Yamiko wearing? Wait, my Yamiko has what, 11,000 health. Okay, she's probably not wearing anything decent. But never mind, let's just mess around and have a talk. Wait, where are the mobs, man? So the only thing that I'm looking forward is, of course, for Sumeru wise, we are talking about in terms of combat experience. We know that it's going to be Dendro providing a new experience. That is a given thing. Then I'm also looking forward to see how the story will actually provide me a twist or something that I do not expect in terms of the main storyline and also the Dendro Archon. What? How many swings? Oh. Hey Ion, are you still thinking of doing live pools? Live pools. Personally, if I were to do a live pool, if you were to ask me, because Kazuha is having a rerun and Yomiya is also a rerun, which I already have these characters. So if you were to say doing live stream for pools, what I can say is most likely the live stream worthy for you guys to watch is probably in 3.0. Whoa, dying. So I can say that the best time for me to do a live stream for the pools, right? So probably when 3.0 is released. This guy is one angry guy, man. Will you do contents like account reviews or help other people's abyss? Actually, I am doing that from time to time already. The account reviews right now I'm doing is still limited to viewing the player's profile and their featured characters. I don't actually log in because, you know, 2FA. And doing people's abyss, yes, I am actually doing it, but of course it's limited to within the amount of streaming time that I have. But as we move on to the release of Dendro characters in the future, when the abyss contents gets probably, I believe that it should be getting harder and harder. Then when more players need help, and that is the point of time I can actually try to help out players who actually wants the assistance or wants their account to be featured on a live stream. But I'm definitely open to this right now in terms of reviewing accounts and also doing Spiral Abyss. When are you going to teleport, my friend? Okay, you are. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How about pulling character with people's account? Pulling character with people's account, to me, this will be a pretty fresh concept. Do other people actually do such pulls using their Primo gems, or the streamers actually top up for their account, because that is what I am not sure about, because I don't usually watch live stream due to the amount of time constraint, because I don't even have time to play the game as much as I would like to already. All the popular Genshin friends, or Genshin trends. So what? Because last week I was actually sharing with was it last week or last week? I was actually asking you guys that I understand that because they are content creators for Genshin, they are actually streaming every day, or for most of the part I can say there are multiple days within a week, and for quite a number of hours as well. The thing I wanted to understand the most is, how do they stream for so long? Does Genshin have so many content that you can stream for so many hours and can do that consistently? I think based on what was being mentioned is that all these trends, right? Probably I can have a better idea how are they being able to stream for so long already. Because if you are clearing people's Abyss account, if there are a lot of people who actually sign up for it, then you can definitely do it for very long. Oh. How about, sorry, I hope they will make Endless Spiral Abyss. Endless Spiral Abyss will be really interesting though. Oi, you have died. Stop jamming. It's usually a streamer use the viewers Primo. Wow, I don't know, man. If I were to, for example, if I were to use your account, then I pull, right? Then the character didn't come home. I will feel really damn bad, man, because you know Primo gems are so it's hard earned, especially for F2P players. I will feel damn bad, man. Unless it's a fellow whale account, then I'm cool with it. Hey, how are you still alive? So yeah, what I'm saying is, if you're a fellow whale, then of course you ask me to pull your account for the sake of fun. I'm cool. I'm good with it. But if you are a lower spender, then I will feel bad if I didn't manage to get the desired character home. So that doesn't feel good, you know. But personally, on another hand, is that I find it very respectable that the do the 2-2 challenge. Okay, so I was saying that I personally find it very respectable for the other fellow streamers, right, that they can actually stream for quite a number of hours consistently and daily as well. Because for me, I don't know if it has to do with my age, that I'm getting older or something, or what, that I cannot continuously play a game for so long. I will feel really very, very tired. Then I will get distracted. Then my mental performance and the game performance will start dropping, all this. So then it's very difficult for me to continue playing. So for them who can do so many hours and so consistently, to me, I really, really from the bottom of my heart respect them, because they really got the mental capability and the vitality to do that, man. So that is why previously there were actually some question that asked me, so am I actually considering to do this full time? It's not possible, because I don't have the capability to do streaming every single day, man. It's really very tiring for me. So I personally do this more of like for entertainment and just sharing my favorite game with every one of you over here, and that's all. With like earlier on, like how I say, fellow players with a similar level of frequency that understands what I'm talking about. Can you imagine if today I were to stream Genshin to a bunch of viewers who knows nothing about Genshin? Then I will tell them, oh, my Raiden Shonen, did you guys saw that 100,000, 1 million damage slash? Then it will be like question mark. So 1 million in Genshin, is it a very big number? If it boils down to that, then it sucks, you know. Yeah, so having friends with the same frequency matters a lot. Diluc, what Diluc character without damage? Diluc skin. Will you buy Diluc skin? I will. Cause personally I like Diluc, but I don't use him is because I'm very salty that I can't seem to get his constellation. Why is his constellation not coming home for me is a myth. Yeah, so yeah, I'm not going to rant further on this, but it's just that it's damn unfortunate that his constellations are not making back home. I have excess of probably I think was what chit and Mona, all this. So until when there are more constellations of him, then I'll probably want to play him more. Because at a lower constellation and I don't have him level at 999 or 10, he's still slightly lacking on the damage for the clear time, at least for my case. So I would like to have more how should I put it, have more constellations on him so that I can feel more comfortable playing him, because I play this game primarily is not to challenge myself. I play this game is primarily for fun. If I really wanted to challenge myself, there are other games for me to play. If you guys actually know what I mean. So for me, that is why I will want to spend money on the characters that I like, so that the characters when I enjoy playing feels powerful. Then that's where I gain the most self-satisfactory experience. I will put it this way. And to me, let's say you ask me, oh, I use C0 and I clear the Spiral Abyss 36 stars. For me, I personally do not gain that much of a satisfactory experience. I just enjoy seeing the characters I like feel strong, hits hard, makes the gameplay so easy. That is the type of thing that I go for. Hey, what is this damn thing again? Did I block you already? Going to board, trying to go from Diluc. I'm honestly not positive that I can make it, man. Yeah, pretty sure I'm not going to make it. But never mind, let's just mess around and see what we can get from it. This and this? No, I don't have any reaction though. Give him more EM. How much EM? Wait, I have an alternative method. This will give some EM as well. How much EM does he have right now? He only has 19. Let me try to find a good elemental mastery. This one looks promising. So this Diluc currently has 22.1k attack. Elemental Mastery is at 205, 89.9 crit rate and 149.5% crit damage. The crit damage is so low is simply because the domain doesn't want to drop me a decent crit damage circlet. And also refuse to drop me a decent sense. So Crimson Witch of Flames has never been very kind to me overall. Okay, let's try again. Okay, disclaimer, this might be going to be quite a tough fight. You might hear a lot of cursing, so brace yourself, ladies and gentlemen. Wait, let me mentally prepare. Hey Ion, can you review my account? I'm in your friend list name. Yeah, I can remember that. I will do that after this run, man. I believe I saw that. I believe I saw this name in the strongbox. There are some information in terms of certain artifacts being added in the strongbox in the future. But I don't have any healing though. But will I be able to make it? Oh my god. Ouch. I need healing. Oh wow, what a tactical dodge, man. Hey. Oh no, those tremors. Oh no, I'm already dying. Ah! What the fuck is this? Well, I'm left with 600 health for the next run, and when the health will go down. This is not a good start. Do I have a healing card for the next round? Oh no, oh no, oh no, oh no. Diluc for decoration. If I really wanted to do the damage just now, right, I could have just fired the normal shots from Yelan, but I actually didn't. I just used Yelan to fire off the normal shot, the E, and after that I change. Ouch! Oh no, I don't have. I'm not gonna make it. Ah! Stay away from me. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god! Oh shit! How am I gonna make it? Okay, let's try again. I'm actually thinking that maybe I should just restart the whole thing and do again, man. Eh? Where? Ah! Oh no! Oh no, why does this ice hurt so much? Oh, this guy's damage is no joke, man. Oh, okay, I see that I'm not going to make it again. Oh, this is so difficult. Okay, let's try. And what, are they not taking any damage from this? Oh, these Mitachos die. Come on, slime. Hey, wait, why did I just take damage? Oh my god, these guys are so annoying. Come on, get your burst up, bro. Yo. Luckily there is such a card that allows me to replenish some hit points back, man. Oh no, he's evading again. Oh, oh my god, this sometimes the Magyu Kenki can be pretty evasive though, which is pretty irritating.
捕まえた。痛がっちゃいないの。かかれ。と。終わりね。撤収。
判決を下す。
Oh, okay, okay. So now it's the perpetual mechanical erase time.
見切りました。やっ。せっ。はっ。やって。おとなしくしな。ここより弱滅の時。
These guys should have about close to 2 million health, right?
やっ。おっと、奪れ。無我の境地。やっ。
Okay.
渚のリン、嫌い。ここより弱滅の時。そこ。やっ。せい。
Oh no, stop blocking my way, man.
やっ。おとなしくしな。逃げ道はありません。無我の境地。そこ。やっ。せい。見切りました。渚のリン、おっと。嫌い。マジで。ここより弱滅の時。そこ。
Oh, that was close, man. The second part, if not for that cut, I would have actually died probably 1,000 times. Ah, that was hard. Hey, wait, what is this again? Why are all these spams? GG. What are all these weird spam again? Oh my god. What is happening, man? That is such a annoying experience. I'll see later when I go off after the stream. If is there any way that I can actually stop all these stupid spams? So earlier on, I was talking about I would like to have more Diluc constellations, because from what I see that if someday I can get him to constellation 6, right, he will actually have more attack speed as well. So Claymore users usually have a much slower attack speed. So if they are able to attack faster, this is greatly welcomed. Yes, it has to be that healing card that saved my ass, man. If I didn't have that healing card which recovers 30% back of my hit point during burst, right, it's literal GG already. I will need to restart the whole damn thing. Or probably I will need to go with Kokomi instead of Yelan, which means that my chances of hitting the 9 stars will be even way more lower, because she doesn't offer much of a... She doesn't give any much damage, you see. But the con 6 of Diluc, hopefully someday this will come home. Then I'll be able to showcase to many of you that Diluc is actually still damn good. Of course, to me, I would like to have the C6.
情報提供者から知らせがあったわ。 どうやらまた新たな変数が現れたようね。
See currently right now we are near to the end of the 2.7. I mean, there is basically nothing much we can do. But I thought I wanted to show you guys on. Have you guys actually completed all this? For myself, I actually didn't play any of the hangout quests except for Barbara and Noel. Have you guys actually done their hangout quest? Anyone? Oh, and another thing I wanted to share with you guys is that I've unlocked a function for members, which is to feature the members as a form of thanks to them. So when I hit 8 members for this channel, I will definitely showcase you guys as a form of thanks as well for supporting this channel. So that is just to let you guys know about this. It's a pretty new function which I haven't actually tried before, but once this function is unlocked, I will be sure to try to use it to feature those who have been supporting this channel. So we are back to this because there's basically nothing much we can do, which also brings me back to the earlier question: how are people actually doing so many hours of the Spiral Abyss? Yeah, I haven't done the hangout quest either. I like them because they are voice acted, but it's not really about characters I really care about. Cool. Let me see. They look for decoration. Okay, I want to see the suffering. Hope they add Crimson Witch. Okay, I saw this. Hey, Ion, can you review my account? I am on your friend list. Okay, let's do this. Let's see together what insane artifacts do you have. Okay, this account is a adventure rank 59 account. 536 total achievements, clearing Spiral Beast 12-3. So let's have a look at Ayato. We see the constellation first. Constellation 0. Talent level 11010. Okay, good. What are the stats? Stats is 71.9% and 164. Fair enough. Cross 70% crit rate already. Oh, I see. Using Lion's Roar. So, are you actually playing Electro Charge build with him? This is the ideal 4-piece for him at the moment. I don't know if they have changed anything to his so-called signature set, which is that green artifact at the chasm. I cannot even remember the name because I didn't bother to farm for it. But for more consistent damage, Gladiator's Finale is a right fit for Ayato. Let's see. HP is a good stat, useful stat for him. So we over here we can see that it's a 31 is a crit rate helmet, followed by a 15.5% crit damage. Has attack as well. Has the useful hit point stat as well, and also comes with energy recharge. Personally, for me, I like this kind of artifact, which all of the stats has a practical use, rather than just giving me flat defense, all this, which I have little to no use on a character, which is pretty much a dead stat, you see. So this is good. Hydro damage bonus goblet. Like I've mentioned many times that getting a perfect goblet with a crit damage is extremely difficult, especially when you're farming the 4-piece series. So to me, I don't have extremely high expectations on goblet. So to me, it seems that this actually some of the rolls went into the defense, which is slightly pity. But overall, we can see that Still has energy recharge, which is pretty good. Has crit damage at 14.0%. That means one of the rolls went into the critical damage, and probably one roll came to here, one roll came to here, and another roll came to this one. It's pretty balanced. Okay. Ah, this is a useful sense. Has 17.1% crit rate, which is oh, how are you guys getting this kind of 17.1% crit rate? How many? Oh, that means that all the rolls. Is it all the rolls? Wow, it's insane, man. It's really insane, man. That is what 34%. That is what, at least a 41% CR piece of sense. But oh, the crit rate is really very impressive. So this explains why you actually have 71% crit rate even though you are not using a critical rate sword. Very impressive. Very impressive. On the first look, I didn't even realize that it was actually the crit rate at 17.1% because we are so used to crit rate 7% and crit damage 17%. So this is actually the reverse. A very impressive piece that also comes with hit point percentage as well. Well done, man. So this is a very decent piece of feather. 7.4%. And also comes with hit point. Useful stat for Ayato. Critical damage is at 26.4. So we are seeing a very decent roll over here. So this is also a 40+% CR piece of artifact. Elemental Mastery 23. I mean, to me, give and take, if you are playing Taser Comp, having some Elemental Mastery is better than having none at all. So very good. This is also a piece of artifact which all the stats have its uses as well. But of course, very nice. It has 26.4 and 7.4. If I have it, I will gladly take it anytime, man. Okay, last but not least. Oh, also has hit point as well, 15.7%. How are you getting the hit point stats while you can still maintain the crit rate at 2-digit percent as well as the crit damage? These are really very decent rolls though. Of course, the flat defense, let's ignore that. 15.7%. This is a pretty nice flower for him as well because 3 of the stats are decently rolled. So how much hit point does this Ayato has? Oh, this Ayato actually has 24,000 hit point though. Wow. I like it. This Ayato is going to perform pretty well. It's able to meet with your expectations, man. Nice one. Okay, this Hu Tao, I can see that it has a 33,000 hit point. Okay, 1.1k attack is very normal for Hu Tao because she actually scales off hit point to increase her attack. Let's see what are the stats that we have. Why Gladiator? Gladiator is actually a pretty good alternative. The condition for this is actually consistent as well. For the other one, the green color artifact, which I cannot remember what is the name, right? It has a set condition for activation. So to me, the condition it will increase over time on the probability, but I personally will prefer the Gladiator because the damage is more consistent. Oh, how the crit damage is very high, but the crit rate is actually very low though. I personally will definitely want to go for higher crit rate whenever possible, because more crit rate means damage is more consistent. But of course, if you happen to crit at the critical time, right, you are going to have those insane amount of damage coming out from this crit damage. Like for example, if you happen to do a melt burst at low hit point, But overall, I will still say that I will want the crit rate to be higher for consistency. Staff of Homa, okay. This is a refinement 1 Staff of Homa. Let's see the constellation. The sweet spot, constellation 1, to make the gameplay experience easier. Talents level is a triple crown. This is a triple crown Hu Tao. Yeah, 2 years farm of nothing good. That's why I say. That's why I carefully mention whenever possible. Because I know that even though you see this Witch Scorching Head that we are looking at, right, is a crit damage Witch Scorching Head, has a 10% crit rate. In most of my artifact farming, right, I don't have this kind of circlet. It's either the crit rate is there, but is by the time when I hit level 20, none of the stat went into the crit rate. It just stays at the damn 3%, or simply the artifact domain just doesn't drop. So you guys saw my deluxe earlier on. My deluxe does not have this kind of circlet. So that is why his crit damage is very low and his crit rate is decently high. But I like this. To me, I have very, very bad experience farming the Crimson Witch. So to me, this is a pass, definitely. A very, very good circlet to have already. Although the defense percentage, if it is a hit point percentage, it would be nice, but RNG is being RNG, we cannot do much about it. 35 Elemental Mastery. Fair enough. Let's see. What is this? Pyro damage bonus. Oh. This is a double crit stat goblet. It's immediately good to go for me. But I can't really tell what the stats actually went in. Probably one of the at least 2 of the rows went into the crit rate. We can see that. Probably one of the rows came into here as well. The crit damage didn't increase at all, but since it's a goblet with the relevant element and also has some flat hit point, which is also useful for scaling Hu Tao's attack, this is overall still a pretty okay goblet, I must say. Hu Tao have BIS artifact for 3.0, so I am planning to get her a new one. What is this BIS artifact that you might be referring to? Which ends time? You see, early on I was actually talking about my artifacts for Crimson Witch, right? I never really got a lot of decent artifacts out from their domain. It's all the other one, which I cannot remember the name. What is the other pyro artifact in that domain actually called? Lava Walker, correct? Lava Walker. I got a ton of pretty so-called useful Lava Walker artifacts, but Crimson Witch, no. How about no? So this one actually has 4 stats usable for Hu Tao. It's a nice piece of sense. Oh, but flat hit point. Seems like there are a few rolls on the flat hit point, but it's already 807. I would say it's a pretty nice artifact piece still. Oh, this one really has room for improvement for sure. We can see that there are quite a number of rolls that actually hit on the defense. So this actually explains the crit rate portion of why this Hu Tao actually has the lower crit rate. But hopefully in the near future, when the so-called BIS, I know it's best in slot, but I just don't know which is the so-called best in slot artifact for her. But hopefully you will be able to get a better feather, because I felt that this feather, overall this feather we can still say is pretty decent, because it comes with hit point percent. It still has the double crit rolls, and also quite at least 2 to 3 rolls went into the critical damage. So it's very decent as well. But it's just that the defense percentage, some of the rules went into that, which is slightly unfortunate if you went into the crit rate, which easier said than done, but we definitely will hope that it goes into the crit rate. The last one. This is nice. Hit point, and it's a percentage because this is flat hit point. And this also gives hit point, which helps with Hu Tao scaling as well. Crit is good. Crit damage is okay. Attack percentage, although we say that it is not very useful on Hu Tao, but it's always better than nothing. Of course, we can always also say that if you roll to somewhere else, it will be better, but RNG. So this is actually overall still pretty good feather. And if someday you decommission her from using this piece of artifact, then probably you can slot it into other pyro characters to mess around as well. Not too bad. Okay, let's move on. Kamisato Ayaka, 2.2k attack. This is perfectly fine because we know that she can use the Blizzard Strayer set. Fair enough, the crit damage is fair enough. So is this Ayaka using the Mist Splitter Reforge? Let's see. Oh, it is not. It is using the Aminoma Kagekuchi. So we can see from one glance, this Ayaka is not at her limit yet. Far from it. If you guys actually watch some of the content creators who are really good at mathematical calculations, so the Mist Splitter Reforge is really made for her. It really gives her a solid damage boost. So if you are an Ayaka fan and really want to maximize her potential, when the opportunity rises, try to get the Mist Splitter Reforge. You will really see a pretty distinct difference in performance. We are talking about at least 10 to 20% increase in performance, so which is pretty a lot, because usually the difference is actually kept very well at about 5 to 10%. So whenever possible, of course, it has to be reasonable budget, but it doesn't mean that this weapon doesn't work on her. Don't get me wrong, it is still a viable option, but we can see that this Ayaka has not reached her limit yet. In fact, has a lot of potential. Okay, Blizzard Strayer. Let's see. Nice. Nice. Very nice. I like this. Has attack. Has 10% crit rate as well. You know, just by looking at this, we at least saw that this for Lay Pro, he already has 2 circlets with critical damage and also 10% crit rate, which is pretty good luck though. As attack percentage, which is good for Ayaka. And we move back to early on, as I was saying, that Mist Splitter Reforge, because this kind of percentage scales with base attack. Mist Splitter Reforge is a 674 base attack weapon, so the calculations coming from this 11.7, right, the conversion will be even much higher, so the Ayaka will be even more powerful and will be able to hit way even harder, along with the additional critical damage coming from the sword and also the elemental damage boost. Okay, let me see. I want to pull Mist Splitter, but I'm not sure if the luck can get it. This is always a very worrying factor, which I absolutely understand. Okay, we go to the Goblet. It's a cryo damage bonus. Goblet has a 5.4% crit rate. That means that one of the rolls actually went into the crit rate. It didn't come with the crit damage, which is, as usual, I mentioned that to find a fitting of the same element within a 4-piece series, right, is extremely difficult to do so. So since 3 out of the 4 stats, right, are useful for Ayaka, it is still considerably a pretty good Goblet already. and it also comes with another 11.7% attack. Pretty good. Nice. So this is the sense that we are looking at. Has energy recharge, which is useful, obviously, because Ayaka's elemental burst is 80. Although the cooldown is 20 seconds, which is pretty long, but having more energy recharge to keep the cycle up is definitely useful for many situations. It also comes with double crit stats, which is good as well. So overall, this is nice. Wait, what? Whoa! This is what? Almost 40% crit damage. Wow! Wow! It doesn't come with crit rate, but you guys get what I mean? This explains why this Ayaka actually has 222% critical damage without the Mist-Splitter Reforge. Comes with attack percent as well, nice. But the crit damage itself is very impressive. That basically means that all the rolls went into the crit damage though. That is really insane considering, and it's a best fit for this build since you don't need crit rate pretty much due to the Blizzard Strayer additional critical rate effect. Oh, this is a good feat, man. Awesome. Last, Snow Sweat Memory. This is the flower. This flower is good. This flower actually has the attack percentage there as well, and comes with crit rate and crit damage. Very decent. So you can see that this Ayaka actually has quite a lot of attack percent increase. We also understand that this weapon base attack is 454 compared to the Mist Splitter, which is at 674. So that is additional another about 200 base attack. So if you are good with math or something, when you multiply in all the percentage on this 200 over extra base attack, we can see that this Ayaka is going to hit really very hard along with the additional critical damage. So this is a triple crown Kamisato Ayaka. Constellation 0, which is perfectly fine. You don't really need her constellations. She is able to deliver. So I like your Ayaka. Your Ayaka really has a lot of room to improve just by getting that one weapon, and she will be a different person already. But looking at the current power level, your Ayaka is going to still perform pretty well. But you will be very impressed when you have the Mist Splitter Reforge. Ayaka Feather, the thing that I get from 2 years ago, I thought it was impressive though. It's really a very good one. Zhongli. This Zhongli doesn't seem to be built. This Zhongli is actually I'm not too sure this Zhongli is meant to be a hybrid. It looks like a hybrid build to me, because usually when we want to equip energy recharge weapon on Zhongli, the Favonius lens will be a viable alternative because it also serves as a additional battery for the team. So the catch, usually you will want to use it on Xiangling or Raiden Shogun if you don't have the engulfing lightning. Because Zhongli is either which Tassel was it? Black Tassel was it? The one that gives hit point so that he becomes a full shoulder build, or sometimes if you have the enough hit point, you will go with the Favonius lens to ensure that at any point of time, regardless of the situation, he will be able to funnel his own elemental burst while act as a part-time battery support for the team as well. So this Zhongli we can see over here appears to be slightly hybrid at 32,000 hit points. It's a Constellation 1 Zhongli. Crit rate doesn't really matter since he's using the catch. The catch actually, the catch, this is a refinement tree, the catch, okay. Then, not using 4-piece TOM, so it comes with 2-piece TOM and 2-piece Noblesse. So that was the reason why I'm under the assumption that this might be a hybrid build. I only have 1 Favonius and use it on Yunjing. I get it. Oh, this is another circlet. So how many of this kind of circlet do you have, man? This is a crit damage circlet. Comes with good attack percentage. Also has almost 10% crit rate as well. Oh, wow, very impressive. And moving on, we have this Geo damage bonus. If this one you give it to Ito or something, he will gladly thank you for that, because it gives a whopping 26.2% defense. Comes with crit rate, which more crit rate can never hurt. So it's definitely welcome. But this being a Geo damage goblet, defense as well, if you have Ito, it will really benefit him a lot. Let's move on to the sense. This sense is, oh wow, this sense is pretty nice though. It comes with hit point, flat hit point. It has crit rate, crit damage, although it's not extremely high, but it actually has the fairly okay crit rate and crit damage, plus a 12% attack as well. Pretty okay, I would say. The feather. This is a awesome feather. In most cases, for people who are using the TOM set, naturally, it must mean that there are 2 types of condition that needs to be met. They have a recurring off-field E skill to consistently trigger the TOM 4-piece effect. The other condition is usually the character might have hit point scaling in his kit. So having a hit point percentage within this stat is definitely welcomed, because it scales in line with the character's skill kit. So we can see that this is a crit damage feather. The rolls are pretty decent, but the catch here is it has a flat hit point and it also has a 15.7% hit point stat. So for whoever that is using, whichever character that is using this will definitely be able to benefit much from it. This is nice. Next, we have a really very impressive looking flower over here. Has energy recharge, which is nice. 3.1% crit rate, okay. It means that didn't roll anything beyond the first roll, or it probably came with that. A good 9.9% hit point boost, which I already mentioned that the TOM usually you will want more hit point inside. And the catch over here that makes it impressive looking is the critical damage at 28.7%, which is wow. It's very impressive that some of these rolls actually went so well for you, man. Okay, we can see that this Zhongli actually is 199, which is the stats are in the right place. You don't really need to level up the normal attack unless you are a bot like me who actually level up the normal attack to level 9, because I have nothing better to do. But so this is a very good example of how you should be prioritizing the skill talent level. There is recently they have added a function over at, I believe at somewhere here, which is telling you that based on the statistics, how are the player are leveling the skills, all this and that. Don't take that as a holy bible, because that thing might not be accurate all the time. One of the prime example I've noticed is Ito, which I recall correctly. It shows that the priority people choose to level up first was the elemental burst, then followed by the normal attack. The thing is that you need to be aware that the normal attack scaling, right, actually gives you more damage than the burst itself. So your priority is actually to level up the normal attack, not the burst. Next up, we have Tartaglia. I don't know if this Tartaglia is fully equipped or not because the crit damage is only 127%. Has 2000 attack. Using Skyward Harp. What are the artifacts? Oh, he's wearing the full gear. Okay, this. Fair enough. Because the crit damage to me is pretty okay already. It also comes with 2 useful stats for him as well. This is fairly good. And the next one, we have Hydro damage bonus Goblet. Hit point percent wise isn't very useful for Chow, but since it is a Hydro damage bonus Goblet that actually came with both crit rate and crit damage, and the crit rate is even higher than the crit damage itself, pretty nice. It's a definitely nice to have and has alternative users probably in the future as well. This one we will need to see when in future, when more Hydro characters are released, how are they in line with the HP scaling. If they are really all very HP dependent, this Goblet will see more of its users to serve different masters, you see. Next up is the Copper Compass, which is I suppose the missing crit rate stats has actually taken a hit on this. Okay. Oh, these 2 pieces actually complement each other. One actually has the crit damage and the other one actually has the crit rate. And this crit rate actually is 13.2% on a single piece of artifact. I like this because I'm a person who always prefers crit rate that I have mentioned many times. Comes with also elemental mastery and also has attack. Overall, a pretty decent piece of artifact, I must say. Especially with the crit rate. The rolls are actually pretty fantastic. And lastly, we come to the flower. The attack percent is really high at 15.7% on a single piece for him. The crit has crit rate and crit damage, fair enough, and also energy recharge. So I suppose that there is a lot of room for improvement for Chow, but I'm not too sure if you are using him currently. Probably as a Hydro applicator. Constellation is at Constellation 0. We can see that the Chow is at, with the extra coming from the Master of Weaponry, it will be 9910. I use a high crit rate Chow because my Chow rarely crit. Sometimes the crit is pretty questionable in the game. You can see that the character probably has about 70 plus close to 80% worth of crit, but they are not critting for some reason. So it sometimes it really bothers me how does the crit system actually work, or does the enemy itself have some hidden anti-crit mechanics which has never been told to us. Not data miners have also not mentioned about this, so I'm really not too sure. So next up we have Mona. Mona. There's no Hydro bonus. Favonius Codex, okay. Emblem of Severed Fate, 4 piece. Is your Mona supposed to be, oh, what the fuck is this again? Holy shit. Okay, this Mona, I'm not too sure if she's fully built or something. Oh, nice piece of feather over here. Yep, I believe that this Mona is not meant to be reviewed. Let's see. It's a Constellation 2 Mona. High burst build. Oh, so this Mona's use is actually for something along with like Morgana build, was it? Pretty interesting. Oh, I see the elemental burst is actually max. Okay, I get what you mean. Let's have a look at your Benny Boy. This energy recharge is awesome. This is very similar to what I've built my Benny Boy as well. 250% energy recharge, which makes it a breeze to get the elemental burst up at any point of time. So it's using R5 Festering Desire, a free-to-play weapon, which you can obtain it in the event during when the game was first released not too long. Was it about 1.1 or something? 1.1 or 1.2, I cannot remember already. When Dragon Spine was released. Optimal set for him as well. Oh, this is nice though. Oh, wow. It has 27.2% crit damage and it also comes with 14.6% hit point. It is useful because for Benny Boy, this is a C6 Benny Boy as well. Because his healing, if my memory serves me right, scales based on his hit point as well. So Benny Boy having more hit point means that the heals per tick is also more. So this is a right fit for him. Pyro damage bonus doesn't have any crit stat, but it's fine. We are not using him as a DPS over here. Has attack percentage. Energy recharge. This is exactly the way how I will actually build my Benny Boy. Because to me, I don't really use him as a damage source, but I need his burst to be ready anytime, anywhere, without much effort or conscious rotation trying to catch the particles. This feather, we can see that it's not max, it's at level 16, so there is still room for improvement. Who knows, maybe the last one might hit the crit damage as well. But the energy recharge is a super good stat for this particular build. So, well done, man. Nice one. And lastly, we have a very decent looking piece of flower, which has both crit stats, but in, like I say, this build, we are not really focusing on the critical stats, but it means that having this kind of stats, it can change its master in future if there is any users. Has high attack percentage and also a good energy recharge percentage as a stat over here as well. So this sums up to be how this Benny Boy actually hits 250% energy recharge, which is going to be extremely helpful when you are in the actual combat. C6, which I have yet to activate, and we can see that this is max out. The Fantastic Voyage. Awesome. Okay, last but not least, we can see that this is a EM Venti. 851 Elemental Mastery. 163% energy recharge. Let's have a look. Using Refinement 1 Stringless. With so Refinement 1 Stringless actually gives you 165 Elemental Mastery. Very decent Venera 4-piece. I believe that there are a lot of players who have actually shared feedback with me that it's not very easy to get a full 4-piece EM based VV set. So being able to get the 4-piece VV set with EM, right, is actually a pretty impressive feat, because the EM min stat that can roll is actually on the circlet, on the goblet, and on the sands. So getting these 3 EM stat is by no means easy. Okay, we can see that this is also on Elemental Mastery. Likewise, has also some energy recharge on it, which is going to help out Venti's Q. Piece of this feather has 93 Elemental Mastery. and also comes with energy recharge, which is very useful. If only my Kazuha actually has such a feather, it will be really awesome as well. Okay, last but not least, has energy recharge. This flower has 33 elemental mastery and has a pretty insane amount of crit damage over here, 22.5%. This is a constellation 0 Venti, and I believe that it's not level. Yeah, it's not level 122, but it doesn't really matter. If you are playing him on EM, you don't really need to level up his talents anyway. You just need him to throw the burst, switch off, then do your damage. Once his out is up, come in again, throw the burst, then get out, because EM is based on your level for the reaction damage. So the actual raw damage, since he doesn't have any crit and also not focusing on attack as well, it doesn't really matter. So we can say that it's an effective way of leveling the character to maximize what you want them to be. Pretty impressive. So overall, I do think that even if you are considered a F2P, I believe you are a F2P player looking at the account. This is an account done right. So well done, man. Okay, we have come to the end of today's live stream. I hope you guys really enjoy it, and also do stay tuned to my upcoming community post for the giveaways. I hope you guys will be able to win. Best of luck to those who are participating. And once again, thank you, Zell, if you are still here, for joining the channel membership. I really appreciate it. And also shout out to all channel members. Your support is always greatly appreciated. And also not forgetting the viewers like Eddie Jr., Solomon, Lay Pro, Ice Bear. There are many of you which I can't name every one of you. You guys know who you are. I just wanted to name a few of you as well. For the consistent support for my live stream and also for the contents that I upload. I really appreciate, as always, your time. That is the most important thing. So once again, if your day is starting out, I wish you a good day ahead, a beautiful day ahead. And if your night is coming to an end, I wish you a good night's rest. This is IonStorm. See you in 2.8. Signing out.